you only need the wallet in order for you to be able to access it, aka view the contents, aka receive, aka set. So when people are saying that they're scared, what if I lose my wallet, what if I lose this and that, always remember that your Bitcoin is not in the device, it's in the blockchain, and the device is just used for you to be able to access it. Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about 10 things that make Bitcoin very interesting, on why I think it's game-changing technology, and why me, someone who has been in the stock market for over 15 years, saw it as something that at the start wasn't really worth getting into. But the more time I had to learn more about it, the more time I had to see it for what it truly is and how game-changing it is. And I think that's how we should be as investors also. We should not be stuck in a common ideology or mindset, but we should be willing to learn. So here are 10 things, and I do hope that after this, it causes you to learn more, it causes and sparks your interest to know more about it, so that you're not just taking my word for it also, but you're also doing your own due diligence. Bitcoin is a decentralized asset. It is not controlled by any government or any institution. Transactions are recorded on a public ledger, which is, as you all know, a blockchain. So I think that's the merit in all of this, that suddenly there is now an asset that's detached from traditional means of owning things, that you have something that's decentralized, that there's no one central point of failure. Like if a country collapses, similar to what we've seen in other parts of the world, or when there's war, suddenly the currency or assets in that particular area don't have any value. But because Bitcoin is decentralized, it has value and merit. Number 2, Bitcoin is scarce. There will only be 21 million BTC that will ever be created. And currently we have over 90 million Bitcoin already mined. There's less than 2 million Bitcoins left that would be available. There will be lesser BTCs released, and that's where you get more value off of it, because similar to gold, similar to other assets that's scarce, the scarcer they are, the harder it is to come by, the more valuable they will be, especially if you parallel it to the US dollar, which has been printed and printed and printed and printed and printed, and its value, which reduces its value massively. Number 3 is this: Bitcoin is divisible. Each Bitcoin can be divided into 100 million smaller units called Satoshis. So trivia for everyone who are asking, what is a Satoshi? Satoshi is the anonymous founder of Bitcoin, but above and beyond that, they name smaller units of Bitcoin as Satoshis. Number 4, Bitcoin transactions are irreversible. I think that's what makes this very, very interesting. Once a transaction has been confirmed in the blockchain, it cannot be reversed. And I think that gives it massive merit also, because once it's done, it cannot be taken back anymore. Number 5, Bitcoin can be stored in a digital wallet. A digital wallet is used to store, send, and receive Bitcoins, and it can be stored in a computer, a mobile device, or it can be online. Just to also push this idea further, please do remember this, that when you use a wallet, either a hot wallet or a cold wallet, the Bitcoin is not in the wallet itself, but the Bitcoin is in the blockchain. You only need the wallet in order for you to be able to access it, aka view the contents, aka receive, aka set. So when people are saying that they're scared, what if I lose my wallet, what if I lose this and that, always remember that your Bitcoin is not in the device, it's in the blockchain, and the device is just used for you to be able to access it. Number 6, Bitcoin can be used for online purchases. Bitcoin has been around for 14 years already, more than 14 years already, and that over the past decade or so, many online merchants have now been accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. There are Bitcoin ATMs also. However, of course, as compared to traditional currencies that have been there for hundreds of years already, the acceptance of Bitcoin as compared to every other fiat currency is not yet as big. But similar to what I've been saying in the past videos, this is a piece of technology. There will come a point where adoption will just skyrocket. I know we're not there yet, but if you look at it from where we've been over the past decade, it has grown by leaps and bounds, especially for people in developing countries where their currency is overinflated, or their currency just continues to get devalued, or it's so hard for them to be able to swap that currency around to other foreign currencies as well. Number 7 is this. Given that I mentioned that Bitcoin is new, Bitcoin has been around for just about 14 years, anything that's new is subject to speculation, especially to people who don't understand it as much, or it has bits and pieces of volatility. And that's why a lot of people are also scared about it, because it's volatile. But please do remember that it doesn't mean that it's volatile, it means that it's scary. It doesn't mean that it's volatile, it doesn't mean that the technology changes. Always remember that Bitcoin as a technology is different from the fluctuations that's traded in the market. But all things being equal, Bitcoin is volatile. Number 8, Bitcoin is not backed by physical assets like traditional currencies, which, for example, the US dollar, it's backed by the promise of the government that for every dollar that you spend, they'll pay you back. The dollar is only backed by the promise that the US government has a strong economy that they'll be able to pay you back. But it's no longer backed by gold. So what's interesting about Bitcoin is that it's backed by its scarcity, utility, trust, and it's also backed by its network effect. Please remember this, that Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency, it's the largest cryptocurrency, and the more people use it, the larger the network effect will be as well. Number 9 is this, Bitcoin mining. Bitcoins are created through a process called mining, which involves using a specialized computer hardware to solve complex mathematical operations. And that's what makes it secure, because people need very, very expensive hardware with large transactional speeds to validate the network. And that's what makes it interesting, because the different computers around the world are making it more decentralized, but it's the miners that uphold the transactions, making it not just decentralized but also secure. And for those miners that help validate the transactions, they get rewarded with a Bitcoin. That's why it's very, very important to learn more about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and everything else in between, primarily because it's new. And you will hear a lot of opinions, a lot of people speculating, you will hear a lot of people talk about it, and the speculation is what's going to drive the price also over the short term. But similar to the stock market, over the short term, there's speculation, but over the long term, it's fundamentals, it's merit, and because it's a piece of game-changing technology that for the first time, we now have the ability to self-custody our own assets in a decentralized and secure manner, and also send it at fast speeds around the world. It's important to keep in mind that Bitcoin is a relatively new piece of technology, and its adoption is evolving every year, and information about it, the narrative about it, will change over time. But one thing has been so true is that when you see the cryptocurrency markets drop, when you see fear, uncertainty, and doubt, people are not rushing towards the top 8,786 altcoin, but they're moving towards Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin, over more than a decade, has had amazing staying power. Bitcoin, over more than a decade, has dropped, but has maintained its value, has bounced back, and we've seen it go higher than where it was before. So if you'd like more about this, you have links down below to give you more details about Bitcoin. If you want to know more about the things that I've written, the 5 books that I've written, you can check it out down below as well. If you want to attend my webinars, we have on-demand seminars that you can also attend if you want to know more about the stock market, technical analysis, and everything else in between. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. This is Marvingermo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.